Good evening, y'all. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Come on in. Come on in for Wisdom Wednesday. Come on in for Wisdom Wednesday. I missed y'all. I missed y'all. Last week I didn't have a voice, and so I canceled last week, but I missed y'all. I have. And plus I've been kind of doing some things. I've been limited. A lot of my social media decreased a lot, um, and so I've missed y'all. I just popped on for Wisdom Wednesday on this evening. Um, just to come share some words of encouragement with you, words of wisdom. Many of you, if this is your first time and you come across these Wisdom Wednesdays, this Wisdom Wednesdays, I've been doing this for almost 4 years and some change. Um, and I do these brief segments of Wisdom Wednesday just to bring not only wisdom, knowledge, maybe words of instruction, correct, however it hits you, and motivation. And this in a lot of times words are very powerful, right? And sometimes you may hear something that you might have heard so many different times before. And then that particular thing that is said is something which you may need at that particular time, in that particular season. We've entered in, this is the 15th day of 2025. And listen, 2025, it came in swinging. There's so many things that are going on in the world. There's so many things that are going on in people's lives. There are so many things. There's obstacles, there's struggles, there's blessings that are going on, a lot of still successes, but it is so many things that are going on. You have people that are going through mental anguish as well. They're going through depression. They're isolating themselves. They feeling like failures. I mean, there's so many things, and I can go on and on. But what I come tonight, what I come to tell you on this evening, what I come to share with you, I want you to let this thing marinate, okay? I want you to allow these words that you may even go back to listen to. If you have not followed me and subscribed on YouTube, every time I do Wisdom Wednesdays, it is. I started years ago. I started streaming it as well on YouTube. I was doing Instagram to see how that worked. I may go back on the Instagram. It just depends. But for right now, I know it's on YouTube. The segments are on my personal page, and they are on my Renovating Lives business page. So even if there may be times that I may not can come on, you may be during the week, during the day, you may want to go. You want to go and listen to some segments that I previously done. Please go follow me on Instagram. Not Instagram. Please follow me on YouTube. I am on YouTube. You can pull it up under Renovating Lives, and it should pull up. And just feel free to just go and look at the different segments. And I hope that they bless your life. Oftentimes, I'm telling you, it can be that one thing that is said, those few words that are said that can change the trajectory of your life. Do you understand? So I do not come to do these segments just because I don't have anything else to do. Sometimes I come and I'm maybe in need my own self, or I may be having a lot of things going on, not only in my life, maybe in somebody's life that's connected to me, okay? And so I do not do these things by happenstance. I don't come before you just because I don't have anything else to do. Do you understand? If we at a time where we got to do better, we got to want to grow. We got to stop just saying things and not actually activating them and not actually walking into them and not actually putting work into those things. Because what happens is we want so many things as a people. We want things, we want blessings, we want all of these good things, but we don't want to work for those things, right? So tonight, this is don't fold, okay? This is specifically don't fold. No matter what you may be going through now, no matter what you are experiencing now, don't fold. Yeah, you've fallen, you've fallen several times. Do you understand? It seems as though you're downtrodden. It seems as though you can never get anything right. It seems as though every door is closing in your life. It seems as though every time you turn around, you're getting a no to this, no to that. You know, you're financially unstable. You know, you're in a financial crisis right now. Your children may be wayward or whatever. Listen, whatever the thing that may be going on in your life, you understand, you may have a bad doctor's report. You may be facing some things, some type of addiction. You may be having trouble obtaining certain things that you know that God has for you. Do you understand? You may be just, I mean, like, just want to throw up your hands, okay? Because every time you turn around, there's something. But I come tonight to tell you is don't you fold. What happens is the enemy wants to come to distract, come to overwhelm, come and to just like the Bible says, he comes in like a roaring lion, right? A roaring lion goes around looking for things that he can get into. So the enemy is going around looking for things and trying to see who he can destroy. He can only destroy you if you allow him to destroy you. Do you understand? If you surrender into whatever is going on, the distractions, the different things that may try to get you off focus, all of these things, as long as you allow those things, he can devour you. He can use those distractions to get you off course, and that's what is happening. Listen, we will all face troubles. We will all face trials. We will all. Nobody is without a trial. Nobody's going to be without challenges. No one is without obstacles that we may face in life. Do you understand? It is how are you responding to those things? Do you understand? When you get those no's, how are you responding? I always say there are many no's that saved my life, and there's plenty that saved yours. You just don't realize it because you, oh, it's me. Oh, why did this always got to happen to me? Why am I feeling like this? Why nobody this and that and the other? And that's what is wrong, because oftentimes we put our eyes off of things that mean us either no good, it's not going to matter, or whatever the case may be. You take your eye off what is supposed to be focused on. You're folding in your situations. You're giving up. If the Bible tells us he goes around like a roaring lion, seeing who he can devour, that means it's going to be a constant, continuous seek. And some of you have fallen into his plan. Because every time something goes on, it's always, instead of you think, you know what, this is something that's occurring. What can I do, and what can I sense, and how can I be in the midst of it? Because it's in the midst of the storms, it's in the midst of the challenges, it's in the midst of the anguish, it's in the midst of the bad doctor's report that he can get the glory. But some of you not even allowing him to get the glory because you always folding. You're always speaking negative things on yourself. You're paying more attention to a man or to a woman, and that's not, you're not going to get it that way. You're not going to be able to get what you deserve while you were rolling around in pity. I said before, and I say this all the time, the Bible even tells us it's only a dog returns back to his vomit, right? I've said that months ago, recently, a few months ago when I was doing a live. Only a dog returns back to his vomit. So let me tell you something. Are you a dog? If you keep returning back to the same situations, voting for the same situations, yes, you are. Because that's what the word says. And guess what? As long as we keep going in those cycles, you're going to get the same results. Some of you want so bad for these people to like you, or for this person to love you, or for this, that, and the other, and it's just not there. because you're focused so much on the people. You focus so much on the outside things. You focus so much on the things that don't matter. So you fold every time it don't look like, every time they don't say what you want them to say, every time the church don't do what you want them to do, all of these other things, and you fold and you're right back in the same place. If you want better, you got to do better. I put on my personal Facebook page today in regard of pressure. Many times as people, we don't want to go through the pressure of life. We want everything to be so, everything to go so smoothly, everything to be so this, that, and the other. Listen, that is not how it's going to be. The pressures of life, oftentimes we may be going through challenges and going through obstacles and going through trials because God is trying to prune things out of us. He's trying to remake us. He's trying to put into us the things that he wants us to have, so that we may able to endure what's to come. And not only that, so we can be able to obtain the promises. I've never seen so many people, and when we look at our children and we wondering why they're talking a certain way, why they're doing it, why they this and that, they have to see when they see what is modeled before them, that is exactly what they do. If you're modeling inappropriate things around them, that's what's going to come out, and it's going to reflect you, especially when they're young. I'm talking about when they're young. And you can't expect to train them up at 15 to 16, because those things, training and development, all those things happens at an early age. But when the pressures come in life and things that we know we may have no control over, you do have control over praying. You do have control over seeking what he wants you to do and how you can change, and while you're waiting for the trial to be over. Because what we go through is only temporary, but sometimes it's our stance, it's our lack of focus, it's how we're doing in the situation that it causes trials and obstacles and things to continue to go, to continue to remain going on and on and on. We can't be a generation where we're lazy and lackadaisical. We want everything, but we don't want to work for it. And that's what kind of generation that we have, especially the current one, the young people. They don't want to work. They want the money, but they don't want to work for it. Or they want to go and steal and rob and do everything else instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing as far as working. When you're in these situations that many of us may be in now, don't you fold. When stuff ain't going your way, don't you fold. I encourage you to pray, praise, and listen to music that motivates you. Listen to music that motivates you in a positive way. Not all that other stuff, and we got different genres of stuff that I listen. I don't just listen to worship music and Christian music. But when you're going through things, there's a certain type of music you need to listen to. There's a certain type of music to get you in a place so you can know that, listen, this what I'm going through is only temporary. I will be victorious after this, whatever your after this may be. Stop folding when things come. Realize what you need to do internally so that when the test comes, and when you pass it, you can sing this little song that I made up for one of my grandbabies. When they go through, have their little school stuff and they pass their little test, I just simply say, you passed the test. You passed the test. You passed the test. So simple. And that's what, if you have to say it to yourself every time the enemy comes, and he comes in like a storm. The Bible says, God, it is he who will lift up a standard, or whatever you may want to call him, you're sure. Whatever the case may be. It is he who lifts up the standard. Their trials and tribulations, they're going to come. But it also tells us he delivers from them all. It also tells us that things, that afflictions, these light afflictions are only temporary. You're in charge of a lot of the things that when it comes to yourself, but you got to give it over to God and allow him to come in to help you through. You keep running to evil, that's exactly what's going to keep happening in your life. You sow evil, you're going to reap evil. We all will. We all will reap. We reap good things and we're going to reap bad things. Because the Bible says you reap what you sow, and it's the truth, my Lord. And you don't know when it's going to come. But even in that, being of good courage. Be of good courage. So I just wanted to come and tell you is don't you fold in this season. Don't you allow your trials, your storms, your obstacles to take over you in this season. Utilize the Bible, utilize positivity, utilize motivational words and motivational sayings, utilize prayer, utilize praise in this season, because as long as you fold, you will continue to go back in those same situations. It's under the pressure of life that our purpose is birthed, that our destiny is produced. Don't be afraid of the pressures and the things that come, and the valleys that you may be in or that you will go in. Just know they're going to work out for your good. Just know that weeping does endure for a night. And although we may not know how long our nights may be, joy will come, and you will be able to give him glory and praise. There will be several things that may happen to you that you will want, so many things of pressure that will happen in your life. But don't you fold, whether if it's losses, whether if it's dealing with your money, whether if it's dealing with relationships, whether if it's dealing with your job, whatever the case may be. Let me tell you something. When that pressure comes, seek him so you can see what is he trying to tell you and what you need to do. Stop running and stop folding and stop giving up. I hope that I've said something to you on this evening that has encouraged you even the more, that you know what? Yeah, I've been hit so many different times. So many different things have come. But you know what? I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to move. When that hit come, I'm moving. When that hit come, when that obstacle come, when this, that, I'm just going to keep jumping. I'm just going to keep ducking and moving while I'm doing in that, making sure that I'm taking care of what needs to be from the inside out. Do you understand? Some of you need to be healed from a lot of things. Some of you need to be delivered from some things. But I tell you, even in that, it's a process. Don't you fold in the process, but work in it. Don't you fold in the process, work in that process. What I mean by work, Dr. P, what do you mean by that? Coach L, what do you mean by that? I mean, you work while you're in that pressure. Work on you, change you, hoping that you will grow in that. I believe in you. You can do it. You got this. But don't you fold in this season. God bless you. And Lord's willing, I will see you on next time on Wisdom Wednesday. Listen, also make sure you share these segments. You never know, when I tell you they reach so many different places, not even just in the state or the area that I'm in, but other countries and states. You never know who may be in need of a word of encouragement, word that can bring transformation to their lives. And it may just be that one word or those one words that can change the trajectory of somebody's life. So don't be stingy. Share. Don't be stingy. Share. God bless you. And I will see you on next Wednesday, Lord's willing. And listen, a lot of times when I'm doing the lives, I do not go and talk and greet and all these different things. I try not to even look at the chat because that'll get me distracted. And so I am limited being on social media, but I promise you when I get to it, if I don't do it this evening, it'll be especially, if I don't get to it this evening, I know I will get to your comments. I will get back and provide feedback to you. Thank you for everyone that has joined in, that has tuned in, and who has been supporting Renovating Lives for the past few years. I appreciate your support and look forward to more things that will be coming from Renovating Lives. God bless you and have a good evening.